Alrighty, folks, this is Derek Scull with Gatekeeper Media, and beside me I have Chris German. We're rounding out that third round of the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge 2018, brought to you by Innova Discs, coverage powered by PDGA and Millennium Golf Discs.
Yeah, we have the Gatekeepers back. We missed you. I wasn't on round one. I was there for round two. Now both of us are back, and we're here for round three. This is exciting.
Reunited, and it feels so good. All right, hole one, par four. You got a bend to the right. Still quite a distance after you get that bend. And clears up a little nice. We've been seeing some really awesome shots from this weekend. So let's see what this final chase card has for us today.
Yeah, and it looks like Jeremy Coling's going to start off with the sidearm. This is looking really good. He has a really good sidearm. He likes to throw it if he can.
And it looks like it did not want to bounce at the end there, but it got the distance.
Yeah, perfect shot. So we have Zach Melton here. So both of these guys were on our round two chase card. This is the final round chase card. Zach's the only lefty on the card, so this should just be a standard hyzer.
Ideal for him, yeah. He was probably chomping at the bit when he saw this.
So he'll probably be going with some type of driver here. Something probably, I would say, a little overstable.
Now, we did see kind of first round, it was a little wet out there that day, so we saw a lot of slipping going on the tee boxes. So we were fortunate enough to get some pretty nice weather this final day. You can see it's a little brighter than usual.
Yeah, and I would just say Sunday was amazing, this final round here. I had a blast. This is the new kid on the card. We have Eagle McMahon. He's sitting about 14 under right now, so he has a little bit of work to catch up to get up in that podium position, but let's see what he can do. So he's going to elect to go with that forehand as well. This is a little more to the left, but it's looking pretty good.
And he squeaks right on through there. He's got a little rough in front of him there, but
yeah, he should be fine. He should be fine there. It's basically a straight shot. He has a lot of that distance cut off. You just have to kind of throw like a putter forehand up there, and I think he'll reach there. Yeah. So we have James. He was on our round one feature card.
Yeah, so welcome back, James. We missed your pre-throw warm-ups here, so got quite the process. We dig it.
As we know, he's probably going to elect to go with that turnover backhand there, and this is looking beautiful.
Yeah, it really holds that line for him, but it looks like he kind of got stopped up on a little something in the fairway.
Yeah, and it was something we kind of brought up in all the rounds so far, is that here at Iron Hill, it's a lot of just like rocks, roots, stumps. It really makes it unpredictable for what's going to happen once your disc actually hits the fairway or the green.
Well, and for those who are not familiar with the course, it got its name because it was used to mine iron back in the day. So that's kind of what you'd expect to see in a place like that.
Yeah, definitely. And this course is a very long course as well. We're sitting at a par 72. If you guys haven't seen, this is looking really good by Jeremy. So he just kind of lays that up. He should be able to tap that in. But there's only 4 par 3s on this course. Zach goes with that turnover forehand.
And it's holding really nice.
Look at that. Beautiful.
He had a little burst die disc going on there. It looked kind of like a putter. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, so we kind of have a cluster there. All those guys should be able to tap in. So we have James here. This is for his third shot.
That one holds left a little bit. Hits that tree.
Yeah, but this is Conrad range. He should be able to save his par here.
Yeah,
and he does.
Round one rewind shows us that, right?
Yeah. As the rest of these guys here should be able to tap in. And I would say you want to take the birdie here, such as Eagle's doing here. Jeremy should be able to, as well as Zach. Because moving into hole two is one of the hardest holes on the course.
One of the most beautiful ones as well. I really like that valley, not a valley, but kind of like a marsh almost.
Yeah, and it kind of has like a really cool little bridge that you kind of walk over, and then keeps your feet from getting wet.
Oh, geez, yeah, it was a mud slick round one.
Yeah, so I came prepared this time. So we have Jeremy here tapping in his birdie, so looks like Zach was running to grab his disc. These guys were clowning around on round two if you guys haven't seen. But ending hole one here, Jeremy Koling and Zach both sitting at 17 under with the birdie. Eagle gets the birdie at 15 under. James with the par now at 14 under. Moving into hole two, like you said.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. You're going to see right from the beginning, it's going to sharp bend to the left. You're going to carry straight forward, and then you're going to have a slightly more gradual bend to the left some more. But not tight around the basket there. So, if you can get up in that range, you have a chance to skip right up into the green.
As Jeremy gets a happy tree there. He hits off of it, gets a little more distance cut off.
Looks like he hit a second tree after.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So we'll probably see Zach go forehand here as well.
Which is the right play for him, for sure.
Yeah, as this is looking pretty good. Nice and low. It should get a nice little skip, as it does. And look at that. Now circle's edge. Good shot there by Zach. And this, like I said, this is a very tough hole. There's a lot of trees you have to miss just to get down there inside the circle. You're putting together a really well shot as well as some luck. So we see Eagle doing that.
Yeah, a little luck going on right here.
Look at that. So he actually overshot that.
Yeah.
So he's going to be putting back for his birdie.
That's impressive. That's a 320-foot shot, roughly.
Oh, yeah.
Off the tee.
James, unfortunately, hits that tree as well. He's been hitting a lot of trees so far these first two holes. As we're going to see him go overhand, which we don't see very often, but...
And it's hard to tell, but I'm sure that there is not quite an opening where he's at. So he's kind of limited on the placement ideas he's got.
And what I thought, Jeremy definitely got down there. He just kind of had to throw a little soft approach, and should be able to save his par there. This is for James's.
This is a long look for par.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But James loves these types of putts. He runs these types of putts. That's 60 feet out.
And cage is off. Looks like he kind of went and touched some chain, too.
Guys, make sure you go over to YouTube. Well, we are at YouTube, but make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell. You want to be notified because we have a lot of great coverage to finish off this season. We have some state championships. We have this NT. We're excited. We have a lot of content to show you guys and bring you guys, and it's only going to get better.
We shot our first A tier the week after this, too. So it's kind of funny how the timing works out, but we're really excited to share it with you. But please bear with us. It's been a very busy month and a half, so a lot of sleep deprivation. But thanks for coming along for the ride. We got Zach there with that sportsman-like conduct.
I love it. So yeah, we got 3 pars on the card, the same guys that birdied last time. James is unfortunately going to take that bogey, put him at 1 over. So moving into hole 3. Hole 3 is kind of has that tight ceiling there. It's kind of small.
Yeah, I would say hole 3 and hole 4 are very similar to one another in terms of the way that they look, and they're pretty roller friendly, as you've probably seen in our previous coverage.
Yes, Jeremy. Let's see if this is going to flex back. It looks like it will.
It's definitely got the distance on it.
That's not a great spot, though. He's really far down there to the left. He's kind of pinched a little bit. It's going to be a little hard for him to get out from over there.
Yeah, but he might have something to work with a sidearm shot from there.
As this is looking really good from Zach. And I would say, ideally, that's kind of where you want to be. He should
just
have
right where that bend starts.
Yep, you should have a straight shot right to the basket from there. So we have Eagle here. See what he does.
It was pretty hot that day as well, so we're going to see him, everybody fanning their hands because it was a sweaty one out there, folks.
So he's taking his time coming up here.
Did you see that bug?
Yeah.
There was a lot of bees on the course that day too, everybody.
And he gets that to flip up, but it turns over right into the woods. We saw Ricky over there in round 2. Let's see if he's able to get himself out of that. He's going to be scrambling there as James is doing what James does. This is looking very good by him. Not as much distance as the other guys, but still on this type of hole, 660 par 4, he should be able to get up and down here.
It's very unlikely to see the disc just stop on the fairway like that here.
Look at this. Just kind of held that line a little too much, but definitely
Still
a makeable putt for birdie for sure.
Makeable. So here we got Eagle in quite a tough situation. Who knows what he's looking at? He's going to be spraying and praying. And if you take a look here, kind of to our right, it's going to squeak right through, and he's going to be long again.
Overshooting the basket again.
Kid can shoot. He's got an arm.
And that's a pretty long putt back for birdie there. So let's see if he's able to save it. And Jeremy...
Yeah, there's that sidearm that we were saying, and it looks like that's going to fade right back and perfectly parked.
Yeah, I guess he did have the angle there. Let's see what Zach does. He should be able to just lay this up with a putter, maybe even run it.
And from that angle, it looked like it's going to hit that tree, but it almost hits you instead.
Look at that. He's still going to have a circle edge putt, but, I mean, you got to run that for 2. So we have Eagle here. He's taking his birdie putt. He's definitely outside the circle. And
kisses chains, and he's going to find himself about 10 feet out.
See what Zach does here. He sinks it. It's a beautiful birdie by Zach. And you can see Zach's type of putting style. It's pretty amazing how he has that really hard spin putt. You could just see the way that it comes out, but it flies very straight for him.
Yeah, he just like lobs them in there, and he really focuses on getting that outward spin on the disc.
So we have Eagle here. He's going to be tapping in his par. As you can tell, he's a little upset with himself. And Jeremy tapping in his birdie. So I would say after 3 holes, if you're 2 under for the round, you're doing something good. Because it will get harder.
Well, it looks like Eagle is keeping us from our star frame on this hole.
Yeah.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Thank you, Millennium Disc, for those kind words. As we move into hole 4, very similar to hole 3, you would say. I would just say down on the green, it's a little tighter gap. Kind of have to go with a more straight approach when you're about 250, 200 feet out.
Yeah, and the road deep is OB. Is that correct?
I believe so.
The ditch is okay, but
Yeah, you have to be in the road. As that was a great shot by Jeremy. You just kind of have to cut that distance there, cut it in half. So we have Zach here up for his shot.
this is another really great hole for a lefty backhand. You're going to see it just going right for the sweet spot there.
And you can't draw that up any better. I'd say maybe a little more distance. Other than that, he's got a straight shot to the basket. James elects to go with the roller here. See if this can get the angle. It's a little far to the left.
But it is carrying.
It's kind of jail over there. Let's see if he can get out of there. It's going to be a pretty tough shot for him. He might have to pitch out there. So we have Eagle. He's going to elect to go with the forehand. Keeps it nice and low. This is looking really good. Skips right by my face.
How are you feeling there?
I was a little nervous, but I'm getting more comfortable every time I go out there and film because, I mean, I'm in the front lines. The discs are coming right at me. So by that point where I'm at with the camera, I'm looking at it, not through the camera, but physically. So I kind of know at that point, like, if it's going to hit me or not. So
Yeah, you have to. Safety first,
Yeah.
kids.
So
And we got Zach here with a forehand. He's going to be, he was semi-running it, I guess. It was a little left, but
yeah, it just kind of faded on him a little bit. But him and Jeremy should be able to put back there for their birdies.
so
So like I said, he kind of just had to pitch out and kind of throw a little roller there, forehand roller. And he has a little bit more distance to run for his birdie. So Eagles is going to run this for the Eagle.
and that one's going to fade on him early, too.
So we have James here. This is within his range. Let's see if he's going to run it. He's a very interesting jump putt. Just a little low. Right on target, but just a little low. Eagles able to make that putt.
Folks, make sure you head on over to our Facebook page. That's our URL on the screen right now. That's basically where we post all of the links and articles and pictures and basically everything that has to do with our production. So if you want to see it, it's a good place to start.
Jeremy had a stick in there. He's right in that ditch you were talking about.
Yeah, and the footing in there is really weird, too. Like, I don't know if you had stepped foot in that during any of your filming, but it's a little deeper than you think.
No, I actually never took that route. I actually took the other route.
You cut in the side path there.
Mm-hmm. Which I think you guys walked along the road to hole 5's basket, correct?
The tee box, yeah.
Or tee box, yeah. So James Conrad preventing the star frame. There's a couple chances here we might have had a star frame. But
Two missed holes.
3 actually. Hole 1.
Was that? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so 3 out of 4. So we move into hole 5, the first par 5 here. 690 feet, so not too far, but very tightly wooded. And the way the angles are and the way this fairway is, you kind of have to get up there in 3 shots. 4th one for your birdie.
Yeah, and we saw Ricky eagle this one last round.
Yeah, and there's been quite a few eagles on this hole, actually.
5, I think, right?
Yeah, this was, I think, the most eagleable hole, as well as hole 10. But yeah, I would say this one, these guys are probably trying to go for eagle here, try to catch up to this lead card.
Yeah, especially being that final round, they're familiar with. We've been doing live scoring all weekend, so.
Mm-hmm. Zach kind of throws that just kind of right into the woods. It's gonna be a pretty tough spot for him to get down there.
But if he can squeak through there, there's an opening right on the other side of that wooded area, so fairway hit.
Kicks him right on the fairway, which isn't too bad. It's not a terrible spot.
You can tell that there's a couple holes on this course that are specifically difficult for Conrad because he has such a long run up, and some of them you don't have the space behind that box.
Yeah. As he just is continuing hitting trees here, as he's having a pretty tough start to his round. So we have Zach here. He looks like he's going to throw some type of roller. Yep.
Oh, man.
That's unfortunate.
I thought I was going to get through, too.
He would have got up there if that did.
Yeah.
That had some pepper on it.
And see, the thing is like playing rollers on a lot of these fairways is risky because it's so it's unpredictable. Yeah. The roots, the rocks, like that, completely died out.
Yeah. I mean, you could even just look at the footing. This is a very tough course. As Zach's
that needs to go left.
As he's over there to the right. It's not our first. Well, he's really far over there to the right, but it's not our first time seeing him over there. He actually had that rewind. Taking that back door last time, so let's see if he does this again.
Eagle is going straight and narrow up the middle.
See, so this is Eagle's second shot, and he's up there. So that's what we're talking about, where this hole's definitely, because of the distance and it's slightly uphill, if you have 2 really good shots that are executed, you're running for a birdie.
Oh, man.
Or running for an eagle, I believe.
James, how are you feeling here, man? You getting tired?
Yeah, he did not have the best of rounds here. As Jeremy sneaks around that tree.
Falls a little short, but, you know.
Should have a putt.
Yeah. And he's a tall dude, so he shouldn't have a problem reaching over that big boulder there.
As James is able to get up there, you kind of just want to get up there. It's a pretty small green once you're up on those rocks. As Zach takes this grenade. Look at that.
That's great placement.
Oh, that was perfect. So we have eagle here for the eagle.
And that just got away from him. He's showing a little anger there, taking it out on the ground.
That was a tough one. I mean, he should be able to clean this birdie up, but
he wanted that eagle.
Yeah,
he wanted to be number 6.
And there you go. You see he's shaking his head. He's a little frustrated. But we have Jeremy here. He should be able to take in his birdie as well.
Trying off the hand.
Beautiful putt.
Yeah, and the rest here should just be tap-ins.
Yeah. This James is just hitting a lot of trees here. So let's see if he can bounce back as we're about quarter way through this round. Moving on. End of hole 5 right here. Once again, we have 2 birdies, 2 pars. So Jeremy Koling sitting atop everyone right now, 20 under. Zach Melton at 19. Eagle still with some work at 17. And Conrad's down at 14. So hole 6.
Hole 6 is very. It's weird to see a par 4 at 600 feet, but because of the way that shape is, you're working for those 4 strokes. You're gonna see that very obvious lane to the right there, but you clip that tree, it's gonna cut out almost all your distance.
Yeah, Jeremy kind of took a more of an inside route. A lot of people, especially righties, are kind of hug that tree line there to the right.
Yeah, keep it wide.
Keeping it wide until you're
like
getting a stiff distance. This is flying a little too straight. Yeah, kind of hits the edge of the trees. He might be a little pinched there. So we'll see what he'll do. And Zach looks like he's going to go backhand. Which is pretty interesting. He wants to turn this over.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a really nice Anheuser shot from him. And that's a good spot to be.
Yeah, it lands really nice and easy. It's going to give him some room to work around, have a run up, give it a really good bid. That one,
ooh,
I think that just slipped. Little grip lock.
Yeah, James is just continues to hit trees here. And that's tough for your mind, just psychologically. Like, when you're hitting tree after tree, shot after shot, you almost don't want to be out there.
No, and being, at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, you just kind of have to buckle up and keep pushing. So Jeremy hits that tree, so he didn't get all the way down there as he would have liked. So we saw these guys park it on round 2.
That one's probably a circle's edge.
Yeah,
it was hard to tell.
It's a little tough. There's no catch cam there. His Eagles kind of skips up. He still has a little bit of work for his birdie as well. So that's not a comfortable range, especially with trees in front of you.
Oh, come on.
James is just chopping away here.
Tough luck.
So that was his third shot. So his next shot's going to be for par. And Jeremy,
he was trying to thread the needle. You see that really tight lane there, and he just could not make it work for him. And he was from. So if you watched that whole shot play out from my angle, it looked like he was going to ace the hole in the tree.
Oh, you could see it, yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. So we have Eagle here, and he's able to execute there. He's able to get the birdie. It's a nice putt by him.
Yeah, we're a little closer than circle's edge there for Zach, so that's a comfortable putt for him.
Yeah, and he's been playing very consistent all weekend. I'm I don't know, just impressed by his play and just how he's been competing out here.
I like being on the card with him too.
Yeah,
he's a really fun dude to be around. So
yeah, it's like I said in round 2, it's like him and Jeremy being on the same card. It's like the class clowns, and you're in the study hall class with them, and you guys are just goofing off. So
sitting in the back of the class.
Yeah, it was fun. But these guys are definitely battling for the front. These guys want to make positions. They want to cash here. So this is the last NT before the finale. So.
Dun, dun, dun.
So a lot of these guys are looking for their points, looking for their rankings, everything. So we have a couple bogeys there. Both Jeremy and James taking the bogeys. Zach and Eagle taking the birdies. Thank you, Zuka and PDGA, for making all this possible. As we move into hole 7, second par 3 on the course, and I would say, once again, one of the hardest holes here.
Yeah, I would say that hole 7 is probably my favorite hole. It's really putting a challenge to these pros, and I think you guys have said before that the par 3s are the tough ones.
Yeah, and this one being very technical. I mean, you could see Zach here hitting some trees. Getting through that gap isn't the hard part. It's just there's 1 or 2 trees down there. You can see it on the right of the screen that just kind of block what's going on. And it's really tough to hit the green from there. So we have Jeremy taking a tighter line, it looks like.
Yeah, and he's trying to just kind of cut the distance with that diagonal shot.
Yeah.
Closest distances between A and B.
Yeah, I mean, however you want to get there. This is looking pretty good from James. Looks like he got down there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in that kind of like island of trees where that boulder is. So.
Mm-hmm. So we have Eagle here. So he's taking a really high route. And he gets through all of that. That is amazing. So he's going to be down there, probably circles it, looking for his par.
It's probably good that it hit a couple of those trees pretty high, because he'd have been deep in those woods otherwise.
Yeah, he had a lot of power on that. As like you said, James was kind of by those boulders. So he was trying to run that. He's trying to at least catch up here. He's had a pretty slow start. Looks like Jeremy's going to kind of do this little Anheuser little run layup.
Yeah,
He's running that.
Yeah, he had some trees in front of him. He needed to kind of weasel around.
Yeah, that was a good putt there from him, though. So we have Zach. Ooh.
That's going to kiss some chains as well.
That's our second chain kiss we've seen so far. So we have Eagle here. He's going to be putting for his par. So he should be able to make that.
Makes it look so easy.
Yeah. His style, his finesse, his technicality, his power. I mean, he's one of the best in the world. It's James there is going to be knocking in his par as well.
And the rest of these are going to be tap-ins for these guys.
So we're yet to get a star frame, but we do have a par frame. So I guess that's second best here. So the rest of these guys are just going to, like you said, tap these in.
We still got 2 holes left to play.
I think so. Hole 8 being another par 5. We should see what happens there. So we have Zach. Just tapping his in.
Giving a little high five to the basket there.
Yeah,
looking back at the gallery.
Why didn't you go in? Zach's actually leading everyone here at 20 under, 4 under for the round. Jeremy 1 stroke behind him, and Eagle another one behind him. James kind of falling off as we move into hole 8.
Hole 8 is uphill the whole way. You get this slight plateau, and then you're going to fight uphill again. With all of these nasty rocks in your way, you have almost no predictability where you're landing.
Yeah, this is very tough. The footing, everything. As Eagle likes to go forehand here, and that's basically perfect.
That
yeah,
that shocked that spectator there a little bit. He was
I don't think
ducking
he was
for cover.
I don't think he was expecting that.
That looks pretty far left, and that. Pay attention there, bud.
That's a tough thing here, and you can see it in a lot of the coverage. Is a lot of fans and spectators are like in the woods up the fairway, just because there's not a lot of places to see.
Yeah, it's tight.
So it's definitely a tightly wooded course. As this hole, and I've said this before, is I feel like with this course, the rough is pretty. It's looking really good.
Get out of the way.
Ooh. Had to jump that one. But what I was saying, the roughs are very forgiving, I would say. They're very fair. They're not anything too crazy. Where you're able, if you're in the rough, you're able to at least kind of bite off some of that distance.
Yeah, you have some like skylights almost like above you, so you have some work to do, but it's not going to leave you desperate.
Zach's.
This is hard to tell, but if you keep a look, I do catch it at the end there.
Wow.
So he gets some distance. He spikes right over that whole thing.
That's exactly what you were talking about. I mean,
oh boy,
a lot of other courses here. Look at this. That flies right over my head. Wow.
Good thing for that base.
Wow. That's an inside the circle putt for Eagle.
That's exciting stuff.
And speaking of Eagle, let's see what he can do. As he kind of elects to go with a roller. Look at this.
I think you had a target on your back today.
Yeah. As he is also inside the circle. We have 2 inside the circle looks for Eagle here, guys.
Let's see what Zach has for us here. He's going to get himself in circle, but not for an eagle.
See, and that's a perfect shot, but it just kind of hits a little stump there right at the end, or a little root, and it just kind of dies out. So Jeremy's going to kind of hit that tree there.
Yeah, he's still got some work in kind of wood's edge there.
Let's see what he can do. Ooh.
Overthrows it.
It's a good shot. You can see how close he really got.
Yeah, it was a good angle.
Yeah. So we have Zach here. Let's see what he can do.
Well, he's got some work still.
There it is. Beautiful putt. And that's what we want to see from him. That's a good birdie on his end. Let's see. It looks like we're going to have Eagle up next. Yep. So here we go for our first Eagle.
And folks, while we're watching these last bids here, why don't you head on over to our Instagram, follow us. That's where we're going to have the majority of our behind-the-scenes stuff, as well as some promo material. I like our Instagram.
Yeah, so Eagle got up there with a roller, which I thought was very impressive on this type of fairway with these types of rocks to have enough confidence in your disc. He's very upset. You could tell he wanted to just run and tap that in. But him getting up there is very impressive, and this is even more impressive, people. We just saw 2 eagles on one hole on the same card.
We don't see that very often.
No. I can't ever think of any. I mean, I haven't seen enough coverage to know, but look at that rainbow card right there.
I know, we don't see much blue very often.
Yeah, that is very nice. Both Eagle and James taking the 3s, getting the eagles. Share that, everyone, if you've never seen that before. Leave in the comments if you have seen that before. We want to know, because I personally have never seen 2 eagles on the same card.
Link the coverage where you've seen it before, because we want to see it.
Yeah, as we move into hole 9. Hole 9 is a tight gap. You want to keep it straight here. Get down there, kind of a pitch up. That's a perfect shot by eagle. I would say if you want to be a little more risky, you can kind of put a little bit more angle or hyzer on it. And you can kind of skip down and, once again, run for an eagle.
And just to let everybody know, this is my favorite hole to film. There's no room behind the box, so it forced me to get creative. I did stand on top of a boulder that was next to the tee box, and it gave me the optimal viewpoint. So, hey, everybody who's designing courses, let's see if we can get some filming platforms. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be very sweet. As it looks like Zach just kind of hits a tree, kicks off to the right there. This is looking very good.
Oh, man.
From Jeremy.
Hit something and kind of killed the speed.
Yeah, he's a little to the right there. He's kind of on the edge of the fairway. I think he'll be able to get up and down, though.
He has enough room for a flex shot. His dies out a little early, too.
That's not too bad, though. I mean, he'll get up and down for his par, at least. So we have Zach here. Let's see if he goes kind of with this overhand. He's just, I think at this point, you're just trying to cut off as much distance as you can get.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly where that one landed.
It's that spray and pray that we kind of talk about. It's eagle. Ooh.
Hits a late tree, kicks far right.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough look for birdie. It's Jeremy. This is looking really good. And that's textbook. That was a beautiful forehand approach shot there from Jeremy. Zach, yeah, still has a little bit of work. At this, just a little too overstable and just kind of faded out on him pretty early.
I wonder what that burst is. Zach, if you're watching, can you comment what disc that is?
Yeah. So I'd say we're not the pros on what these pros use.
No, but we're working on it.
Yeah, it's taking time. So we have eagle here.
Taking a knee and getting that shot.
That is amazing. That's a tough shot. You need a lot of power to make a shot like that.
And for those who know our coverage, I think you know what's next.
Yeah, let me hit that button real quick.
Let's relive this in all of its glory. And some of that. Give me that slow-mo.
Look at that. Barely sneak in. Whew.
That's a good way to end your front 9,
Yeah,
though.
look at the smile on his face. He's happy. He's stoked, and he's looking pretty good, man. That's 7 down through 9. I don't know if you know that, but that's a very good score to put up. He's on pace to chase that course record.
Oof. Another chain kiss.
That's going to be a tough one there for Zach. So he's going to have to, I think, settle for a bogey. As James is just trying to claw his way back here. He's kind of been struggling for a little bit. I noticed Jeremy always kind of has the same 2 putters in his hand. Just kind of interesting. Same color and everything. So I wonder if he just kind of feels whichever one he feels like throwing.
One's probably a little more beat up than the other one.
Yeah.
And I've heard from a lot of pros playing out there that, oh, wait for it. There we go. But I've heard from a lot of pros that they like to putt with another disc in their opposite hand because that's how you practice. So you're used to holding that extra disc, so that's kind of becomes your routine.
Interesting. All right, guys, I hope you liked the coverage. Make sure you come back for the back 9 of the final round of the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. We're Gatekeeper Media signing off.
Take care, everybody.